Now, the Tory leader, Kemi, it is reported, is on a mission to purge a party of soft centrists, wets as they're being rather pejoratively called. At least that is the word among highly informed Tory watchers. Badenoch and her party headquarters wouldn't put it like that, of course, or maybe even admit that's the plan. I asked the Conservative MP, Sir Bernard Jenkin, whether removing the whip from the founders of the centrist group Prosper UK would make him pause in his thought.
Of course it causes me pause, and I'm sure it causes Kemi pause. And each of them, as indeed Gavin, will be a loss. In their own way, they are a loss. But the greater good of the party and the country overrides those considerations. And I think Kemi's courage and decisiveness is what the party and the country will admire.
Bernard Jenkin then. So let's say hello to David Gauke, the former Conservative Justice Secretary and now a leading member of Prosper UK. Hello to you, David.
Hello, John.
Hi, good to have you here. So you heard there your former colleague, Bernard Jenkin, who tells me that he encouraged you in some ways. He was liked you, but there he is saying it was right and would be right to kick out members of the Tory party who do not go fully along with the Badenoch agenda, people like Prosper UK.
Well, look, the Conservative Party obviously wants to win the next general election. And in order to do that, he's going to have to win support of a lot of people with a broad range of views. And if you take the issue of net zero, or if you take the issue of membership of the European Convention on Human Rights, the Conservatives can't possibly win a majority without winning the support of a lot of people who are supportive of those policies. Now, it might well be that the party takes a particular view and it sticks to it, and Kemi Badenoch is the party leader, she sets the policy. But if you take an approach that is essentially so intolerant that you say to loyal Conservatives, long-standing Conservatives, well, if you think this, then you're not going to be part of my party, then quite a lot of voters are going to hear, if you think this, I don't want your vote. That, I think, is a mistake. I don't think that's the way of charming or persuading the British public in large numbers to vote Conservative. I think where the Conservatives can prosper, where they can go forward, where they can win over a lot of extra votes, are people who are looking at the Labour government and thinking they're drifting in a soft left direction, they're not delivering the dynamic economy that the country needs. I might have been fed up with the Conservatives last time or even the time before that, but I could be persuaded to go back to them because I trust the Conservatives on the economy. But if you have a lot of really tight purity tests and says everyone who supports us has to be, right-wing, unambiguously right-wing, and have got to support all our policies. I've got new policies and they must be supported by everybody. It just conveys a narrowness, which is not how you win elections.
It is suggested, David, that Kemi Badenoch sees Prosper UK and seemingly people like you then as being not proper Conservatives, as Liberal Democrats in all but name. What do you say?
It's a nonsense. If we were Liberal Democrats, we'd have joined the Liberal Democrats, but we didn't. And most of us joined the Conservative Party decades ago. And yes, I've had my differences with the Conservative Party in recent years. But Prosper UK believes that the sort of government this country needs is from the centre-right, is a recognition of the importance of a pro-business market economy, does believe that you have to live within your means, does mean you have to take some tough decisions on public spending, including welfare. These are not left-wing positions, but there should also be space in the Conservative Party for recognising the importance of the environment. And look, I think it is important that we rebalance our energy policy and we focus on lower energy prices and energy security. But there should be space for a sensible debate within the Conservative Party and not everybody holding precisely the same views. Recognizing that it is the leader who makes the decisions and the leader who sets the policy. But the Conservative Party has got to be broader than just saying if you disagree with the leader on these points, then you're out, you don't belong here. this is not the party for you.
Yeah, but that does seem to be Kemi Badenoch's position. If you were still an MP, and if the Tory party were re-elected to government, you could expect a vote on membership of the European Convention on Human Rights, David, and if you voted against it, you could expect to lose the whip. So is this not just embracing the inevitable?
Well, again, it's not traditionally a position that one vote against the whip means that you're thrown out. I mean, you had Bernard Jenkin on earlier. I know Bernard very well. I've known him for a long time. I'm very fond of him. But he rebelled against the Conservative Party when I was in government multiple times. And he would say that he was right to do so. And in his eyes, he was putting the country first on all of that. Again, the sort of sense of defy the whip and you are thrown out is not the approach that we traditionally take with our political parties, because we allow our political parties to be broad enough to cover a range of views. And the idea that this takes away any coherence from the Conservative Party, I don't think that's right. Kemi Badenoch is perfectly capable of winning the arguments if she's got good arguments. And that if she is elected as Prime Minister, she will have a huge amount of political capital.
All right, so all of that said, David, the way things are and the way things are moving, do you expect to vote Conservative at the next election?
Yes, I do expect to vote Conservative at the next election. I'm a member of the Conservative Party. I think this country badly needs a centre-right government delivering centre-right policies. But it would be quite nice if the Conservative Party could give the impression that they'd welcome the support of centre-right voters, not feel that not try to make it more difficult than it needs to be.
But the way things are the way they are, can you tell me you believe that Kemi Badenoch is still the right leader for the Conservative Party?
There's no question that Kemi Badenoch is going to lead the Conservative Party into the next election.
Yeah, but is she the right person to do that? Is she the perfect leader?
Look, she is performing really strongly in the House of Commons. She's landing her points. No one wants to see a change of leader. I'll be open with you. I think some of her strategic choices are wrong and some of her tactical choices are wrong, like withdrawing the whip from Gavin Barwell. But after the next election, it is going to be the leader of one of the big parties who is going to be Prime Minister. And unhesitatingly, I say that should be Kemi Badenoch. If the choice is between Nigel Farage, Kemi Badenoch, and Andy Burnham, Kemi Badenoch gets my vote. But
all right, okay.
I disagree with her on some things.
Okay, I have to leave it there for the moment. David Gauke, great to talk to you. Thank you.